Cingari here with Daniel Weichel, who joins me all the way from Germany today. How are you, Daniel? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm good. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Listen, you got a big fight coming up, Bellator 147 against Georgie Karakhanyan, and I want to know how training camp is coming up for you.
Training camp is going great. Can't be better. I feel in great shape, and yeah, time is running. But actually, I'm very happy that time is running because I can't wait to fly over to California and do my thing.
So Daniel, I've managed to obtain some clips from you training at your gym in Germany. And it looks like it's a pretty intense sparring session. Can you kind of break that down for us?
Yeah, that sparring session is with Coach Wally. He's our striking coach, and he's doing a great job pushing us and giving 100% in every training session. And basically, when we spar, he takes a lot of focus on that our position is right, that our defense is up, and yeah. And always tries to push us that we get 100% ready for the fight.
Now, do you do the sparring sessions twice a day or once a day? What's sort of your training regimen?
It's switching all through the week. For Monday, we have a wrestling sparring session in the afternoon. For Tuesday, jiu-jitsu. For Wednesday, we have complete MMA. And that switches all over the week. And yeah, we have, I think, 2 or 3 times we get striking, sparring in. Yeah.
We also have some video of you doing what I would call an unusual push-up sequence. Can you break that down for our viewers then?
Yeah, we do this, forget the explosion, especially after wrestling or after striking sparring. We try to push a little bit, explosion in the muscles, and yeah, get this going. So even when we get the muscles tired in a fight, we still are able to explode and yeah, push on hard punches fast and quick.
Yeah, that looks like really intense training.
It definitely is, and yeah, we all know what we are doing this for. Everybody has his goals, and we all want to be a big champion. For me, it's a Bellator belt. That's what all I'm training for, and yeah, and I will train my ass off to get that.
It looks like you're going to be grabbing that belt maybe soon, the way I see these intense sparring sessions and boxing sessions. Listen, I want to get back to the fight. You have a 3-inch reach advantage and a 2-inch height advantage. So will you look to keep the fight standing when you fight at Bellator 147?
Actually, I don't care where the fight takes place. I feel confident anywhere. Right now, I'm the most complete fighter I ever was, and yeah, I'm just excited to get in the cage. I do it everywhere. Striking, wrestling, on the ground. I just feel great everywhere.
How do you think you match up stylistically with Georgie?
I think we stylistically match up very well. It will be can be very entertaining fight because he fights striking, wrestling, and on the ground. So he's well rounded, and I think for the fans it can be a very entertaining fight.
Tough loss for you with Pitbull. I know that must have been devastating. How do you recover from that mentally? Because you hadn't lost a fight since 2012.
Yeah, that was a tough fight for me, and also a tough time afterwards. The fight was going pretty well in the first round. I really got into my rhythm after the first minute and something, and yeah, everything was working pretty well. And then I connected very good in the end of the round, and I kind of got a little bit emotional and took this into the second round. So then it happened, one thing that I actually never let happen in all my past fights, that I lose my focus. So yeah, and that cost me that fight, and yeah, I thought many times at that moment in the fight, but also yeah, I wanted to have a fight as quick as possible to show what I can, and yeah, just get back on track and back on a title run.
Was the build-up to the fight what you think maybe kind of made you not focus on the fight? Because you know, you've had so many fights and you seem to have been doing so well. What do you think, looking back, what would you have done differently in that fight? You mentioned the emotional thing, but anything else?
I don't know. I think it was perfect preparation. I did everything right, and it was just the end of the round, and I just kept going, and I just it was kind of weird to get out of that situation, and I couldn't continue what I was just about to do, and I think I've learned my lesson out of that fight. I lost my focus for one moment. I paid the price for it, but I promise that ain't gonna happen again.
Looking ahead, it appears that the winner of this fight could face Daniel Strauss. What are your thoughts about that?
For me, that makes sense. It's not about Daniel Strauss, in my opinion, for me, because I fight anybody who's champion to become the champion. Everybody they put in front of me, no matter who it is. So, but when you remember, Georgie was a title contender. I was a title contender. For me, it makes sense that the winner of that fight get another title shot.
Now, what do you like to do in your free time? Because we have some very unusual pictures of you doing your free time things. So what are your 3 favorite things you like to do?
I like to spend some time with my family. That's what I really love to do. It gets my head off the training and everything. So I drive home to my family, spend some time with them, do barbecue, or just get out in the nature for a walk. Okay. Also, I love to do biking. Whenever the weather here is good, I go out for a ride. Or if we would have a beach, I probably would be all the time on the beach and go for some surfing.
Yeah, I know you like to surf. How did you learn how to surf then?
Actually, I think I'm a rookie in surfing because I maybe got once or twice a year to get on good places where I can learn or improve my surfing skills. But I first started off I think in Morocco. I did a 2-week surf camp, and I spent my vacation there and was just surfing for 2 weeks. But it really got me, and I love it.
Good for you. We also have a picture of you on the sand dunes. Where was that taken? What's going on there?
That was in Gran Canaria, in Spain. I was there for 1 week, and I did some sprints up the dunes for just basic cardio training, and then it was just fun jumping off them because the sand was so soft, and you could do plenty of stunts over there. So I took a great shot when I was just jumping down.
I also found a photo of you eating your favorite meal. What is that? It looks super fattening.
It is at my favorite burger place here in Frankfurt. Actually, I love burgers, and on that picture is my favorite burger. It's the patty with beef, and then it's a big plate of cheese with mushrooms around. So that's really my number one favorite meal after the fight, and cheat meal. Let's say until the last 3 weeks. After that 3 weeks, I will have a break with that burger.
That looks like the biggest burger I've ever seen. Do you eat more than one of those, or?
I can eat 2, no problem.
Good for you. Good for you. All right, now we're going to go to some questions from Twitter. Hathy Helpy at Motivate Us All wants to know, any other thoughts on the Pitbull Strauss fight?
That fight was definitely a very entertaining fight. They both put on a great performance. But for me right now is Georgie Karakhanyan, and I don't focus on other fighters. The ultimate goal is to become the champion. I will fight anybody. Doesn't matter who it is. I mean, I met Strauss and congratulate him for that belt. He's a nice guy, but I don't care who has the belt. I will fight anybody.
Before we go today, please tell our followers how they can find you on social media, and if there's anything else you'd like to add.
You can find me, of course, on Facebook. It's MMA fighter Daniel Weichel. On Instagram, Daniel Weichel, and on Twitter, Daniel Weichel too. And of course, I want to invite everybody to tune in on 4th of December, live on Spike TV, to watch my fight. I will put on a show for all my fans around the globe, and I will take another run on the belt. And Also, I always want to thank my sponsors, Olymp Germany, Fight Nature, and MMA Spirit, One Spirit. I appreciate all the great support I got from you guys. Thanks a lot.
Daniel Weichel, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today, and I wish you good luck in Bellator 147 on December 4th.
It's always a pleasure talking to you. Thanks a lot.